result of this team look like? What is the long-term vision for you?
That we're going to be lethal. I think tonight showed that even though we weren't healthy, we can still come in waves, and we're missing two really key pieces. So I think I feel like once we get them back, we'll be unstoppable.
You know Kentucky fans will overreact from an exhibition game. How much do you think that the overaction will be?
The reaction will be nuts. But, I mean, it's a win. A win is a win at the end of the day, and you can always celebrate a win.
Malachi, I'm sorry if you've already been asked this, but you talked about Kentucky becoming a dream. So just talk about how comfortable you were going up against the preseason #1 team. Were you nervous at all? Because you didn't look like it out on the court.
I was very comfortable just because, I mean, even though, you're playing the #1 team in the country, at the end of the day, it's another game. And at the end of the day, you just have to come out and make an impact. And you just got to we had to beat us, and we had to beat Kentucky. So I think that really just kind of calmed my nerves and really just kept me in the moment. It's just like, all right, just go out, play, and make a difference.
And your first experience in refereeing, obviously exhibition game, but almost 20,000 fans. Can you kind of just talk about what it felt like?
I feel like their energy just gave me so much more energy and so much more confidence. I mean, literally every single bucket place erupts, and I don't really think you see that anywhere else in the country. And that's all the credit to BBM. They give us energy, they give us electricity, they give us everything we need for success.
What did you think about Jasper tonight?
He's unbelievable, man. Jasper's he's an elite guard, and I mean, we've all seen it. We've seen it before, and we see it now. Like, Jasper's Jasper, and he's one of one.
You had to work a lot, I'm sure, physically to get prepared to come into this level of basketball. So how much work did you have to put in to get ready from that jump from high school sports here in Kentucky to, the #1 preseason team in the country? Because it seemed like you were having your way with a veteran center down there.
Oh yeah, we had to put in a lot of work. High school basketball and college is a completely different level, especially in the SEC. So I think my first thought was when I came to college, I had to be the hardest worker and I had to be ready to go when the moment struck. And tonight the moment struck, and I feel like I was pretty prepared to go.
And talk about
the first day of training.
Honestly, yeah. Pace picked up a little bit, but at the end of the day, it was a practice, and I was ready to hoop.
We talk about the physicality. You go up against Modi Abate, who almost fouled out in a preseason game tonight. Can you kind of just talk about the physicality he brings to this team and what it's like playing with him?
He's a bull in a china shop, man. Mo, I think, is just the key piece to what we need, and his physicality kind of sets the tone early. I mean, you saw it. He had like 4 rebounds in the first 2 minutes, and I think just having a guy like Mo, it kind of just makes us so much more lethal, and especially when he's just so strong and athletic. I think just having a guy like that, and he was able to keep with his own on defense. So I think having a guy like that is just something every team needs. Every team needs a guy like Mo.
And as a freshman,
we were fortunate to get Mo.
And as a freshman, just what's it like going against him in practice? Does that help prepare you for games
Definitely.
like this?
Just because, I mean, I've never played against somebody stronger than Mo Diabate. So, we have the ongoing joke that he's LeBron James in practice. So I think just going against a guy like that every single day, it kind of just preps us for physicality, but also just preps us for what we need to be better at.
How early in summer?
The assist you dunk of your birthday gift.
Yeah, I think so. Sometimes we practice, we definitely control, but I think in the game I was open and listening.
Right before that, you had a 3-point and how you wish you had gotten back and you followed up with how important is being able to just shake it off next play and just respond how you need to respond for what this team wants to accomplish?
That's his biggest emphasis, is just being able to move on to the next play. So I think just even though I would like to have that 3 back, it's in the past, and I just have to move on and get better with it.
Matt Payne said that he and his dad really recruited you out of high school. I mean, how's the relationship with him? And, he saw the talent from you during high school. How was that?
The relationship's good. I mean, it's just the hard part of recruiting. I can't go everywhere, and I chose to come here. And, I mean, even when I saw him before the game, he still, came, said what's up. He asked me how I was doing, asked me how my family was doing. And I think that's just part of recruitment. Everybody builds relationships with all these different coaching staffs. And I think just him just doing that really speaks high character, and it really shows who he is as a coach and as a person.
How was going hard against BG every day in practice kind of prepare you for this big B team? Big and physical?
BG's a different breed, man. He's physical. athletic, can run the floor, and I think just having to guard that every day for the last 5 months, I think it really prepared me, not only me, but also prepared him as well, and showed us like if we make each other work in practice, it'll be so much easier during the game.
You shared a hug with your mom immediately after the game. What was that moment like for you?
That was awesome. My mom's my rock. She's been at every single game that I can remember, and I mean, I saw her in my jersey, teared up a little bit because that's my mom, and we got to enjoy this moment together.
Yeah, Coach Pope also gave a lot of props to your brother Michael. What was his role in bringing you to be the player that you are today?
He's my biggest role model. He kind of paved the way for me to basketball. And anytime I'm feeling down just on basketball or life in general, he's always there to pick me back up, and he's always there to be a stepping stone. And he's also helping me learn, watching film, and just making everything go so much smoother.
Did he teach you the game?
Him and my dad definitely taught me the game because they both played collegiate basketball. So I think those two kind of really, really got me into the love of basketball.
I think that we solidified that we can be really, really good. We're super deep, and we just gotta all buy into that and come together and play together. Some nights it'll not be your night, some nights it will. But that's the beauty of it. That's what it's all about.
Trent, I know the game didn't count. What was it like to hear your name called in the starting lineup for Kentucky in Rupp Arena?
Yeah, I mean, every little boy's dream in Kentucky growing up. It was super surreal. But there's nothing like BBN either. I mean, you come in October and play in a sold-out crowd with Rupp Arena jumping. We had a couple of little segments that we went on a run and kind of looking around. You're like, where does it's back? It's incredible. There's nothing like the fans that we have here, and it's a real honor to do it in a place in the state of Kentucky. That's what makes it special. So it was a good night.
One of those runs, Malachi powered in a layup, you hit a three, Jasper hit a three, an 8-0 all Kentucky run. The crowd was pretty loud then.
Yeah, no, that was cool. That was a fun run. I mean, Jasper and Malachi both played extremely well. I knew Jasper was going to have a huge game. He's super talented. He's an even better person. So, and then Malachi as well. He studied the scouts so well. It was his birthday game, so that might have gave him a little boost. But nah, they played great.
What did you think about the minute distribution? Because it looked like 10 guys played at least 15 minutes in tonight's game.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of our team. I mean, we get to come waves after waves after waves, and then we're picking up the ball full court. And then eventually, I mean, you just got to get worn down with seeing a fresh body at the sports table. I know it has to be mentally draining, so that's kind of our team's superpower. We call it Jenga moments. We know with our waves that they're going to break eventually, and we just got to keep coming.
Is that one of the big differences this year as opposed to last year? You know that you can go as hard as you possibly can when you're out there just because there's someone behind you?
Yeah, that's kind of how we look at it. I mean, we get to play in little spurts as hard as we can, and then we're kind of doing it for each other because whenever you need a breather or the substitution pattern changes, I mean, you have another guy that's coming in playing as hard as they can. So it's kind of like we get to play off each other in that space. So it's really good.
Out of the combinations tonight, it didn't seem like there was really a fall off at all when any players were in any combinations. What does that say about the chemistry you guys have been able to build in such a short amount of time?
Yeah, I think it's huge. I mean, we have so many talented guys, and then I think we have so many good people too. I mean, going into our locker room, we know there's not going to be any problems in there, or a bad apple with the bunch. So, and we know where everybody's going to be on the court. We've done so much. We've done so much off the court bonding and stuff like that. So it helps us whenever we get out there.
How much overreaction do you think there will be from the fans of you guys beating the number 1 team preseason?
Maybe a little bit. I mean, as they should.
How was Denzel tonight, filling in for Love?
Yeah, I thought he was great. I think he handled the pressure really well. Turned around and guarded their point guard. That was a really talented player. He's done a great job facilitating the offense and being a leader, stepping up, being a leader. I was super proud of Denzel. He's a great athlete and an even better person.
And we obviously talked about all the Kentucky kids in this team. You guys all sold out tonight. What was your advice going into this game for those players kind of being from Kentucky yourself?
Yeah, I guess just enjoy it. I mean, there's no other place in the world where you can come in and play for this fan base and play in front of 20,000 in October in a game that doesn't even go on the record. So really just kind of take it in, enjoy it, and I mean, there's nothing like big initiative.
Trent, you've known Malachi for years. How much has he improved, and how fast has he improved from the player you competed against in high school?
Yeah, he's grown so much since he's gotten here. It's really cool to see, kind of being in my second year, kind of sit back and watch him pick up on little things. But no, he's grown a whole lot, and I mean, it showed on the court tonight.
Trent, last year you were kind of thrusted into a role based on injuries and stuff. This year, I know Coach Pope has talked about you maybe stepping into a Kobe Bryant-like role, talking about how you're going to bail this team out of situations. Just what's this preparation been like, finally getting on the court, and what's that new role feel like for you?
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of try to do whatever I can to help the team win, no matter what it is, playing 20 minutes a game, playing 5 minutes a game, cheering on my teammates, whatever it is. I'm super excited to do it. I mean, we're so deep, so some nights are going to be your night, some nights not. So kind of just staying the course and playing for each other. I think that's the biggest thing.
Even with this being an exhibition,
What does he mean when he says you've got more pressure to come, harder to play? You guys just took down number 1 in the country by 13.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's part of our superpower with this team. I mean, we have so many guys that are so talented and so hungry to get out there. So whenever you play in little spurts and little spans, playing as hard as you can and making the right play and playing for the guys sitting on the score, seeing the scores get ready to sub in is huge, because they come in and there's no drop off whatsoever, and then they get to play for you, and it kind of just rolls like that.
And what did you see from the freshman guys out there now? Much of them relied on for you guys to reduce this.
Yeah, I mean, they're exceptional talents. They put it on display. I mean, Jasper is super confident. He's a prolific scorer, and he's a great person. And then Malachi is a big body. He's been battling BG all summer. He gets to learn from him, kind of like BG did Amari last year. It's kind of in roles reversed now. But even BH, I mean, he comes in, practice every day, working as hard as he can, and then he prevented a bucket from the last possession of the first half. So, I mean, little things like that go unnoticed are really big too. And then he's really vocal on the bench. So, yeah, we have really good freshmen.
Going back to that flush it message, did Coach Pope hit on that after the game in the locker room, or does he have to at this point, as far as moving on from this pretty quickly?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, we basically just use this game as a tool to get better. It doesn't even go on the record. So, I mean, we just get to go back and watch the film and use it like a glorified practice, kind of get to build on it and see what we can do better. And fortunately, we got to do it against the number 1 team in the country. So,
yeah, I imagine the feeling's a little better, though, walking out of here with a double-digit win as opposed to maybe the other way around.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Every night, no matter who we're playing, stepping on the court and practice, game, whatever. I mean, we're coming out there to compete, coming out there to win. Whenever you put on this jersey, you kind of enter a different mode.
I know you've probably been asked this already before, but how did it feel to start tonight?
Yeah, it was awesome. It was a dream come true. I mean, I think it's every little Kentucky boy's kid, the Kentucky kid's dream to start a game at the University of Kentucky in front of Rupp Arena. So yeah, it was super cool.
We hear a lot about Coach Pope's positivity. I assume you're a pretty positive person at heart. How does that help you? How does that help out in the locker room?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's huge. I mean, he instills confidence, and I think it's big for shooters. I mean, it's really cool whenever Coach is getting upset with you for turning down shots. I mean, that's kind of the beauty of it. It's cool where I can go out there and shoot a brick, and then sometimes it goes in. So I think that part of that is the confidence. I mean, you just shoot it and live with the result.
Bank open on Friday nights alone.
Man, I don't know. That was all God on that one.
Just what is it?
Just expecting that, in practice, they always help and stuff. So they was able to go out there and show what they can do to help us win.
What do you think of Denzel kind of filling in primarily for Jalen Lynch tonight?
I feel like he did an excellent job, filling in for J-Lo, next man up mentality, I'll say. So I feel like he big part of this win tonight.
How much of this game, because they do have some bigs, was kind of a challenge to you and to the other bigs on Kentucky?
Oh yeah, just scouting them out, doing what we do, wearing them out. I feel like a sprint down the floor, Malachi coming in, I'm coming in, just wave after wave, just wearing them down.
What's that relationship like with you and Malachi?
I feel like it's pretty strong, you know. He's a goofy kid, you know. I love being around him. You know, when he walks in a room, it just gets brighter, and it's a special kid.
Last year,
We talked a lot this week about learning in this part of the year, the preseason specifically, especially getting to play against a team as good as Purdue. Anything in particular stand out to you? Something you guys learned tonight? Something you didn't know already about this team?
How they, you know, move without the ball, you know, running they flow actions, you know, they was all just talking on the floor. It just felt like there was a veteran group, I'll say.
And what did you learn about your own team?
That, you know, we ready for anybody. You know, we didn't back down just because they was number one. I feel like we went in there knowing that we can win this game. You know, our freshmen stepped up today.
To have 11 guys play and 10 of you score, what does that say about the depth of this team for the season?
It says a lot, you know, just 5 guys on the floor, you know, another 5 coming in that's talented as a starting 5, you know. So I just feel like that's a big part of this team this year.
Brandon, you've been here under the entire Mark Pope tenure at Kentucky so far, and when he was recruiting you, I'm sure there was a pitch of let's do something special. Could you have imagined that just within a year you'd be leading the #1 team from almost start to finish in referee?
Yeah, you know, that's just as soon as we had our first meeting, you know, he said the group of guys he brought it here, you know, it was for a reason, you know. He kept saying we was all a special group of guys they put together. So I feel like we all believe in what he's saying, and we went out there and executed it.
Anything you didn't get to show tonight you want to show in this next exhibition?
Obviously my 3-point shooting, but you know, I'm not really focused on that. Just trying to, you know, help this team win as much as I can.
But stay tuned.
Yeah.
Okay.
How much do you think you've improved as a passer during the offseason?
I feel like I improved a lot, you know, just my overall game, you know, and I feel like I've always been a good passing big, so just showing what I can do, you know, hitting my guys, you know, when they cut and do our offense.
How much did it help you working with Maury last year? I mean, that was obviously something he was really good at as well.
A lot, you know, just, you know, him being a very talented athlete, you know, him just teaching me his ways since he's been in college, I feel like that helped me out a lot.
And speaking of that, I mean, obviously you're kind of stepping into that Amari role this year. What did that preparation going into this year look like, and then kind of how did it feel to kind of let go out there and be that guy?
You know, just not overthinking it. A lot of talks with coach, you know, just getting in better shape, evolving my game, you know, just a lot of talks I say with him, and it's just doing me.
When you're operating as that kind of passing big man, how integral is it for your teammates to be cutting and kind of the off-ball movement that your offense flows through?
Oh, wait, can you repeat that?
Oh, just, you mean you're operating with the ball, you're looking for guys who are cutting, just the off-ball movement. What does that mean to you guys as an offense, and what opportunities does that give you to distribute?
Yeah, I feel like it's part of our offense, you know, the bigs bringing up the court, knowing that we going to have, you know, cutters or just guards that want the ball, and I feel like we got good passing bigs with all of us, and we go hit them, so.
And then kind of speaking of the bigs, can you just speak on Malachi Moreno's play tonight, and kind of what role are you playing with him? I mean, are you kind of leading the way in the locker room and kind of helping him out?
Yeah, of course. You know, I've been in college, so, you know, just whatever question he got, you know, I'm going to be able to answer it just because I've been here. I feel like he's been wanting to learn a lot. He's been helping me get better. I've been helping him get better, and he's just been killing it in practice, and it's showing.
And can you talk about Mo? He almost fouled out in a preseason game. Can you just talk about the physicality he brings to your team?
Yeah, I feel like Mo's one of our most physical guys on the team. You know, everybody knows that. But just going out there, being the dirty guy that we need, you know, I feel like he wasn't worried about the fouls and stuff. He was just playing him, and some whistles didn't go his way. But, you know, he had a great game today.
What's the level of selflessness going to look like from you guys this year?
We have a very deep team, you know, with the young guys we got very talented, as everybody knows. And I just feel like with our deep roster, you know, we can fatigue teams out like we did today. I feel like it'll be a special year if we keep doing us.
I know you and Malachi have been battling every day in practice. What we saw out there tonight, is that what you've been seeing for the last 4 or 5 weeks?
Yeah, for sure. You know, he always been talented, and that's all we've been seeing this summer. He got the chance to go out there and show what he can do to help us win this year.
How are you feeling like your development has grown from year 1 to year 2?
Oh, yeah, I just feel like my biggest thing was just getting in shape, you know, and keep developing on my overall game, you know, and just keep learning Pope offense, and I feel like it's been working.
Brandon, what have you seen from Jasper, especially these past few weeks? Just kind of all the stuff.
Yeah, you know, since he got here, you know, we all knew he was a great offensive player, you know, and I feel like today he brought his defensive side out, you know, to show people he can guard and go get a bucket at the same time. But I feel like he had a great, you know, first college game, you know, and he helped us get this big time win tonight.
How much momentum does it give you guys when he can do some things that maybe nobody else on the team can do it at some points. How much momentum does that give you when he makes one of those plays?
Oh yeah, it gives a lot of momentum. You know, him just coming off the bench, you know, doing that. You know, as like he said, it's just a deep roster that we got, and you know, he special talent.
How obviously big win, number one team in the country, but it's still a preseason game. How do you? I mean, what was the message in the locker room? How do you guys not let that get too out of control this early?
Yeah, coach just telling us, you know, just going out there and doing us, you know, even though it's an expedition game, you know, we want to come out to win like we did, but, you know, we know it's just an expedition. We're not going to get too low or too high, you know, just like coach preached to us every day, you know, but we were out there, did our stuff, and, you know, came out with a big
BG, you made some sick passes tonight and got a couple assists. How did it feel to be at the top of the key and orchestrate the offense a little bit?
Yeah, it felt good, you know. I'm always find my cutters, you know, if they cut, I'm going to hit them. I feel like I'm a great passer, and yeah.
What was it like, kind of the mentality without Jalen Lowe tonight, kind of making sure that the passes were still going through, and you guys all kind of stepped up? It wasn't necessarily one player.
Yeah, you know, J-Lo, before the game, he told us that, you know, he can't go out there, so we got to go out there, fight for him. You know, he's on the bench, walking us through the game, you know, helping us. You know, he's a PG, so he's the loudest one on the bench, and I feel like we went out there and did it for all the injured guys.
What's it like to play when you know that literally any player can contribute points?
It's great, you know, just our deep roster we got. Kudos to the coaches for, you know, getting us all here so we can have a deep roster, and I feel like we put it all together, we'll be a very special team.